Back when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue. We fell in to play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter. There were times when there was joy. But they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. Welcome to our new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we know. Welcome to our new world. All the lion tried to hide away from the scars we made. This is your chance to understand we did not design this plan that was built for you. There's nothing you can do. This is my warning, this is your sign that you can't go running high. We will fight for you. You know it to be true. Welcome to our new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we know. Welcome to our new world. All the lions tried to hide away from the scars we made. From the scars we Welcome to our new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our new world. All the lions tried to hide away from the scars we made. Welcome to Back when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue. We fell in to play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter. There were times when there was joy. But they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. Welcome to truly mattered, and we hadn't had a clue. We fell in to play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter. There were times when there was joy. But they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. Welcome to our whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we know. Welcome to our whole new world. All the lion tried to hide away from the scars we made. This is your chance to understand. We did not design this plan that was built for you. There's nothing you can do. This is my warning. This is your sign that you can't go running high. We will fight for you. You know it to be true. Welcome to our whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we know. Welcome to our whole new world. All the lions tried to hide away from the scars we
Touching your louder to the waves, fuel burns and the glow of the pixel blaze. The rubber is rolling with a fist clenched tight. Your TV lights up the endless night.
Fight to fight, we live the speed. No TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats round and engines cry. Let's broadcast under the virtual sky. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racers tearing through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm. Digital warriors breaking the norm.
Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Some races down through the thunder soul.
And welcome to Nerd T for another Global Racing League Truck Series race live from the simulated greatest Coliseum, the latest one, the last one ever to be built, they self-proclaim. Bristol Motor Speedways. We're going to go 250 laps around this half-mile facility as we get our countdown to green. Started off, presented by Icon Apparel Company. Here's the weather around Bristol. 72 degrees in the skies, 73 on the track. So 1-to-1 ratio there. Very cool to see. 88% humidity on a Tennessee night where it's supposed to be in the 60s in real life. 88, that's kind of high. So a little moisture in the air. Cloudy, doesn't matter because it's nighttime. 6-mile-an-hour winds. It's a Coliseum. You don't feel that. So we're gonna be good here tonight. Open sets, 3 sets of tires, 3 green white checkers. My name is Jeremy Stanley, aka Jay Swifty, and to my right side, partner, producer, the guy who just destroyed me in one day in No Man's Sky. Look at him, Mr. Dustin Lauxton. Hashtag day for the inside joke there. What's up, man?
Ah, man, just a fantastic weekend, man. Fantastic weekend for those that know. But gonna be a fantastic night tonight. I mean, the last true Coliseum, Thunder Valley, Bristol Motor Speedway, probably one of my favorite short tracks, not only to watch, commentate, and produce, but also to race on. Love this track, and love it even more so with the trucks. I mean, it's an awesome combo. Race number 3 for the Global Racing League Truck Series playoffs. Gonna be a damn good show tonight. Sparks are gonna fly, not only sheet metal to wall, but Short track tempers are bred at short tracks themselves, so possible to see some of that as well.
And this track got the refresh. It's got the contrast is so much better. There's black when it comes to like the Safer Bear foam inserts. The sponsorship that's in the grandstands just beyond the fence line is all updated in 3D. Like the graphics have been re-updated. This place looks phenomenal. I've not been here. I don't think, minus the initial. I think they upgraded after the last update because it just looks so much better this time around here. But yeah, it's we're excited. We didn't bring the soft tire compound like they did in the next gen Cup cars yesterday, so these guys can go a little more flat foot and don't have to worry about so much tire wear, and the marbles won't build up as much. But this place, Dustin, started off as a highline track a couple years back, iRacing, when they did this configuration. And since then, they've kind of worked the numbers, and it's become a true multi-groove facility. You can run the bottom, you can run the top. The lap times are almost identical. Tire wear is extreme on the outside. So I love that they've kind of not nerfed it, but they made it a little more realistic on the outside to where you can't just go up there and have at it. So a lot of multi stuff. And to be a part of the playoffs, pretty cool stuff. But it looks like, Dustin, we're going camera free here. We're actually out of qualifying to the race. We joined a couple minutes later, but that's okay. The session was set up wrong. They had to do a little reset. Plus, I got to the computer late. So between those two, that's why we're in this a little bit late. But nonetheless, we're going to thank Icon Apparel Company. They're our countdown sponsor. Go get yourself a customized esports jersey at iconapparelcompany.com. You create it directly from the website. Upload it to the boss man. They create it, package it, ship it, and you'll have it for you and your whole team. All right, countdown, or starting lineup rather, for race number 3 of 10 of the playoffs. Michael Thorpe Jr., the man who's red hot right now, going to go up against Mike Hayes on the outside. Row number 2, you're going to find Tyler Honeycutt and Don Blazier. Row 3, you're going to find EJ Luna and Bobby Mantle. Row 4, David Holsey and Austin McGill. Row 5, Matthew Escalera and Brad Miner. Row 6, Matthew S. Did I just not say that name? Okay,
You did.
It kicked over weird. Row 5 still at the top. Okay, so row 6, Joshua Altis and Danny White. Row 7, Jonathan Gaston and Dustin Franklin. Row 8, Jeffrey Weimer and Abram Ghostin. And row 9, Chuck Cobb, Marvel Spearman. And then row 10 should cycle through.
No, row 10 is going to
Row
be
10.
our Swedish-Scottish warrior Callum Bailey
There we go.
and Patrick Gentner.
All right, a little graphical glitch. That's a new one there.
Yeah,
But nonetheless,
it's an SDK thing. For whatever reason, it doesn't matter how you configure it. It struggles when there is a different amount of rows that are there. It has a hard time showing the last row a lot of times.
okay, it's just weird how it cycled row 5 twice. So apologize about that. But I'm still getting used to the new UI, Dustin. I was actually scrambling to find the results tab for a moment. And so that's why I went over to the live stream to read it directly from the YouTube feed and not exactly so much the in-game one. So now I found the button after the fact. It's live. It works just fine. So I'll go back to that starting, I guess, Thursday for the Pro Sim Racing Alliance series. But one more lap. We're going to go green flag here. I've talked a lot. Sorry about that, Dustin. You're probably not complaining, though, because, you like to press the buttons and stuff.
I do.
250 laps. Day says, what's up? What's up, Day? Welcome to the channel. It's been a little bit. Glad to see you in here. He's saying good luck all. Absolutely good luck all. The classic GLA from NR2K3. Pace car going to be down. And here we go. We're going to have a lot of fun. 250 laps. It's Bristol. Green flag. Let's try to keep the caution count down and the action exciting. Turn number 1. Here they go.
Yeah, turn number 1. This restart is going to be so vital. Drivers are going to have to just get into a rhythm, get into a groove right now because it's going to be tough. I mean, right now, tires not up to temp, not up to pressure. This is when things can get hairy, but you can't tell that from your two front runners right now. You got Mike Hayes trying to work that outside, that midline groove, and Jeremy, you touch base on it. This race and this track is cut down from Mike Hayes is a true multi-groove track. It all depends on driver and setup combination on where they can run. You'll see low line, midline, high line. You'll see the diamond effect going through the corner. You're going to see it all tonight, Jeremy.
You're going to see a lot of it. And as these tires get heated up and wear out and the marbles start to fly around this track, you're going to see marbles all over the bottom, all over the top. I don't expect too many drivers to run the outside third lane wall line. Caution on lap 5, first one of the night. As the new spotter pack idea from the UI kicks it over for me nice and quickly. Yellow flag still small. That's why you should get an iRacing iFlag unit. But then let's say we're going to figure out where this caution came from, Dustin. Cycling through. Oh, right there. Truck in turn 3. Mr. Weimer. And then the car, or truck number 73 we go. Turn 3, I think, is where the mishap happens on lap 5. On lap 4, let's see here. Just gets loose all by his lonesome. And there he goes. Does he hit the wall? Looks like he will. Oh, yeah. Locks them all 4 down. Boom. Right rear impact. That should not affect the suspension, Dustin, because that was right rear corner impact.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, it's a short track. Aerodynamics not going to mean diddly squat. Throw them out the window, Jeremy. We have seen some battered and beat up cars in our nearly 400 productions together here with Nerditudes and Nerd TV and our multi-decades of racing on multiple platforms finish, very well. Top 5, top 3, even win a race. So aerodynamics, not a factor. What is a factor is making sure the hardware under the aerodynamics stays intact. Don't want any front end contact, any front end damage. You throw the toe out, it's going to be a long race for you. But I agree. I think that contact there, it's going to be minimal in comparison to the track they're at tonight, as opposed to if that would happen at, say, a Daytona, Talladega, Charlotte, anything like that. They're going to feel the difference there, but not here tonight.
Absolutely. We're going to get this thing wound up in probably another, looks like 2 laps. I would imagine they're going to go 1 to go next time by, resuming this race on lap number 10. Caution came out lap number 5. So pace car probably does 4 laps, and then that'll be your cycle per caution period. I'd like to thank iRacingIFlag.com. I shouted them out earlier. Don't rely on that little yellow box that shows up as a caution flag, even on this brand new beautiful UI iRacing released. That little yellow flag still is not enough, and it's way out in the corner. Even though you can move it, it's still way out in the corner. So how to increase your knowledge on what's around you, an iRacingIFlag.com unit, mounted anywhere, get a customized stand for it, 3D printed with your logo, your number, favorite saying, doesn't matter. Jeff Brown at iRacingIFlag.com is going to hook you up, and Super Nerd at checkout for 15% off. And Dustin, half a lap left. We're going to go back to green flag. 1 lead change so far. Michael Hayes in truck number 1, who was a threat last week with the 34 early on and late on. Number 1's going to take the front spots. So 1 lead change, 2 different leaders through 10 laps. Let's see what happens here. Can we get a green flag run, or is it going to be a nice little short sprint here again? Green flag is out. Hayes with an excellent jump.
Yeah, excellent timed start by the driver of the numero uno there. Got him securely in first place, but the 34, Michael Thorpe Jr., back at the attack again. Same thing as the initial start, but now it's flip-flopped as they go to the inside. Hayes sees that, stays in the midline, but the 34 had to check up, wasn't sure that Hayes was going to give him that inside line for as quick as what he had to dive down to that inside. But Jeremy, we got a mess and gaggle back here as well. Further back, these drivers trying to figure out, trying to, stake what is going on. We've already seen some sparks fly against that wall. That is going to be usual. Caution, out again.
Lap 12. Caution is out. Throwing the thing in. It's going to be... There's so much action early on this track. Callum Bailey car, truck number 26, turn number 1. We saw the 73 get loose on the bottom. Callum Bailey gets loose in the center. So reported looseness, not by
Oh, but he
drivers, just
saves
by-
it though. Man, he does not take it up to the wall like the 73 of Jeff Weimer did. So absolutely no damage on that one. But yeah, it's good hands there by our Swedish Scottish warrior there, Callum Bailey. But yeah, looseness. And I mean, Jeremy, we talked about this. You know, these tires, you got to let these tires work in. You got to let the temps and the pressures come up, you know, before you go into it. But this track is probably one of the hardest ones at looseness. You see it on corner entry just because of the load that these trucks go into the corner, because you're going from a flat straightaway into, for a short track, probably some of the steepest banking that the NASCAR circuit hits. And then corner exit, you'll see it a lot too, because you're going from that steep banking and then transitioning to a fairly flat straightaway there. And that transition, Jeremy, even though it looks smooth, is not smooth. There's actually a bump on corner exit too. So there's a possibility we could see some drivers having some struggle bus issues on corner exit.
Yeah, 100%. As we're going to go 2 more laps, this caution cycle is going to be sponsored by Victory Fuel. Haven't given them a shout out in a little bit. Victory Fuel at drinkvictory.com. 3 excellent flavors. I am in need of some more of the purple potion.
So good.
I haven't tried Lucky Lemon yet still. I'm kind of intimidated by it. I don't know why. I just, lemon water to me is kind of, but the purple potion, the grape stuff, oh my god, it's so good. And I forget, Dustin, you have to tell me and correct me if you can buy them in store. I know you can buy them from drinkvictory.com.
You can.
Promotion code.
They are
Super Nerd,
in
of
they are
course.
in different stores as well. Check drinkvictory.com for a store locator. I know here in the Midwest, where the grocery chain Hy-Vee is quite large, they are in most participating Hy-Vees in the Midwest. But again, check drinkvictory.com and check their store locator and see where they are sold near you. And if not, no fret. You can always order it and have them delivered right to your doorstep.
They do, right to your door. You just put them in the fridge, and they're small cans, so it doesn't take long for them to cool down. So, like, what, 2.5 hours roughly? Then open it up. It's nice, icy cold, depending on your fridge setting, of course. I can't control that, but Drink Victory, let them control the flavor. Great drink, and here we go. Green flag back in the air on lap 17. Michael Hayes, Michael Thorpe Jr. still leading the front row. Hayes tries to clear. Thorpe says, nope, I'm going to run this one hard on the exit of turn 2. Gets to 3 and 4. Keeps it right at the right rear quarter panel. Great driving. Don't avoid the wall there, of course. Michael Hayes leads that lap. They have a 4 or 5 truck length advantage over 3rd and 4th place. As a set, oh, what a blocking crossover at the same time. We're getting ballsy on lap 18, Dustin.
Yeah, and this race here took off right from the drop of the green flag on that restart. Last restart, Mike Hayes caught the 34 of Michael Thorpe Jr. sleeping just ever so slightly, got a good jump, but not this time, Jeremy. Michael Thorpe Jr. matched the throttle punch on that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. Match that throttle punch of the one of Mike Hayes, but again, excellent racing here. We got excellent racing going on all the way around, Jeremy.
This is Bristol. This is what we come to expect in Global Racing League. They never disappoint. This is why we've been calling them for so long, and we'll continue to call them into 2026. A lot of single file, but that doesn't mean anything. They're just taking it easy. Plus, they're doing some racing. Might see some bumper tagging, that's for sure. But these trucks seem to be a little bit looser based off the first 2 spins early on in this race. But I think the tire heat is probably built into this point. Maximum tire heat and pressures as we're on lap 23. Thorpe Jr. all over Hayes still trying to get back to where he started, which is P1.
Yeah, these two here have got a little bit of gap separation now, about 1.2 seconds, about a second to 1.2 seconds away from third. Third, David Holsey. Strong run for driver of the 76, but Thorpe Jr. not letting Mike Hayes very far out of his sight. He is sniffing that exhaust.
As we got a pass here, that 74, Franklin looking under EJ Luna, the 24. And, oh, Little wall contact there as we're kind of cycling back through the field a little bit to see what's going on. EJ Luna does make that drop behind Dustin Franklin. It puts Luna in P8. Dustin Franklin moves up to 7th. Dustin Franklin, by the way, truck 74. He's already up 7 positions. And that's not based off of pit strategy. No, this is just him driving through the field up 7 spots. One of the, I think, the biggest mover so far tonight. And we're on lap 27, so great driving by the 74.
Yeah, he is the biggest mover at 7 spots. Next closest is driver running P3 right now, driver 76, David Holsey. But, I mean, qualifying here is tough, Jeremy, because, again, even if you scrape the wall and get a 0x, your time is disqualified. So if you're really pushing it to try to get a good qualifying spot...
wrecking the race lead, sorry. Michael Thorpe Jr.
Oh no! And then Honeycutt comes through.
Oh, man.
Oh, and then Danny White slides. Oh, man.
No, they're still filing in here, and this was just hard racing. Michael Thorpe Jr. goes to the inside to make the pass over the one. Michael Hayes doesn't give him a ton of room per se, but it's the inside truck to make sure he holds his lane, and we'll see exactly what happens here. I don't know exactly just yet. I just caught a glimpse of it. Turn number 1. Here's the rundown. It's hard to tell from the side angle, but yeah, it looks like the 34 washes up the track a little bit. Into the 1, he tries his best. As we're going to kick it back, maybe we'll get a different camera angle. Whose fault is it? These two trucks are clearly the fastest all day. This is going to be a great view, and it's close.
It's
Hayes
close.
didn't give him much room for error, so it's kind of one of those things to where you kind of risk it if you pinch the driver down. And the Thorpe just didn't grab the yellow lane. And it's a little bit of a racing deal there, I would say. As Holsey comes in, Honeycutt gets involved. Bobby almost dies. Danny White slides to a stop with a nose nudge to the inside. Just like that. Third caution. This one actually brings out some damage.
Yeah, this one here definitely brings out some damage. Biggest damage taker on that one's the driver on your screen right now. That's Mike Hayes. Would have been good from the initial contact against the wall. Probably would have been all right with the contact from driver who is running P3. Driver of the 76, David Holsey. But the contact from Honeycutt that just walloped his right front there, you see the missing fender. That's the one that he's going to feel. That's the one that's going to hurt big time. Holsey in the pits as well, trying to get some front nose damage fixed on that Union 76 machine. So big time damage here, and one of them was your front runner. But Jeremy, you said it best. I mean, you pinch somebody and don't give them much room. I mean, you're kind of gambling that. You really are. You gamble that. Was there enough room down there? Yeah, but I mean, again, just like in real racing, I mean, there's variables that we don't know that's going to happen, and a driver that has hit that corner the same way the last 4 laps can go into it the exact same way, and those tires just, they won't grip, or they're just slightly off from their brake point, even though they think that they're spot on the way they have been, and it changes the direction that truck goes. And we've seen very little room given by the 1. We've seen a little bit of drift up there from the 34, and I mean, both drivers kind of met in the middle.
They sure did, and Tyler Honeycutt is going to advance to the race lead off of that. So mark that your 3rd different leader amongst 3 lead changes tonight. And Michael Thorpe Sr. says, that's Bristol. And that's
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Bristol is and forever will be that kind of moment right there. Green flag is out. Honeycutt with a great launch. Does not have a back panel to his truck. Does not look like, because he's loose. He's got too much damage. Yep, he's going to have to drop back early. That truck is no. Caution. On lap 34, and Dustin, apparently aerodynamics matter at Bristol. With no rear panel like that, his truck was just driving on ice.
Yeah, he came through the corner. You see him slipping there. Austin McGill takes evasive maneuvers in front of Don Blazier, takes the high side. Thought he was good, says, you know what, I'm going to get on the apron. That was a bad idea. He hits that little bit of transition, and then all of a sudden that truck just goes loop-de-loop, and around we go. And there brings out your caution. But aerodynamics does play a factor in this, especially when the damage is that substantial. Like you can see right there, he is missing his entire tailgate on that. You can see that spoiler is crinkled pretty good. That affects the downforce on that. That means that's less downforce. It's actually getting put on these cars and those rear tires, and you can feel it. And obviously, you fans out there watching, you can see what happens. So, damage to a certain extent, aerodynamic-wise, can play a factor.
David Holsey quickly going to go back through the field and get one of his 2 laps back. So he's going to be 1 lap down, as he was the other person drastically affected by the last caution with the multi-truck wreck. He's going to see pit road here, get his tires and fuel, stay 1 lap down, hopefully. And we're going to go green flag here in just a couple laps. Austin McGill cycles to the race lead based on the rotation of the leaders from that wreck that happened on lap 29. So, new set of leaders. Dustin Franklin up to 3rd, Dustin. 14th to 3rd. This guy is picking up from people's mistakes. He's just driving through the field. He's got everything. He's got a little bit of Lucky Lemon on his side.
Yeah, and I see what you did there. And you know what? I mean, he knows how to get it done. I mean, Dustin Franklin has seen victory this season in 2025 for Global Racing League Truck Series. Did it, I mean, both on racing skill and ability and on strategy. I mean, he doubled down on it and showed what he could do for both of them. And, I mean, he knows how to get it done, and he's putting himself in good position. Still a lot of laps to go. I mean, we still got plenty of laps to run, but he's definitely put himself in good position. EJ Luna, same way. Brad Minor qualified top 10. He's up to and just cracked the top 5, Jeremy. So a lot of drivers moving up. Joshua Altis, Bobby Mantle, Matthew Escalera. So Danny White, who was involved in one of those incidents, spun to prevent damage. He's in the top 10. Jonathan Gaston. So a lot of drivers trying to capitalize by just being smooth, being patient, being clean.
Let's see how smooth, patient, and clean these guys can be. Pace car is down. We're back to green flag for the 5th time here tonight. McGill gets a good launch. So it looks like the leaders can just massively control where they can go and get the throttle advantage, as Don Blazier is going to move himself confidently into 2nd place momentarily. Oh no, Dustin Franklin massive loose off the corner. I thought he was going to get tagged by the 94 of Altis, but I think he lost a little bit of that aerodynamic advantage because Altis got so close to that bumper. It kicked the 74 wicked loose. Great save. Now the top 6 or 7 going to go single file as EJ Luna rides the top, trying to get to the bottom. That seems to be the place to be, Dustin, tonight, is that bottom.
Yeah, as it sits right now, later in the run, Jeremy, I could expect to see drivers move into that 2nd to 3rd groove as well. But right now, that seems to be where it is at. And yeah, like I said, that move from the camera angles that we had up here in the booth there for a second, it almost looked like there might have been just a little bit of contact there. But you said that the 94 just got close and just took that air off of there. And a lot of times, Jeremy, that's all it takes. You know, that air, just the air turbulence and just control of that air from one car to another, it can have drastic changes on how that truck is going to handle.
Yeah, you saw exactly how it affected Honeycutt when he spun out. That tailgate acts like a wall. Whenever the air comes off the spoiler, it kind of circles around right behind the truck. It creates this little air pocket, if you will. And if you don't have that back tailgate, that air just cycles through the chassis and then it just kicks you sideways. Same deal. If you burst the bubble and put a nose there, the air kind of just pushes in different locations and can kick you sideways. And a little bit of a green flag run here. Don't want to jinx it, but we're, 5-ish laps into this run. Really spaced out already. You got Michael Thorpe trying to make some passing here. So you quickly caught him right there underneath EJ Luna. Driving through the field he is. Going to move himself back to P8 after getting EOL'd from lap 29's wreck. And quickly making his way back 3 seconds from the race leader.
Yeah, working his way back up.
Honeycutt.
Honeycutt down on the inside, no caution. He's down there waiting.
Yellow.
There's the
Yellow,
caution,
yellow.
only because he had to back up because he was perpendicular to that wall, so he couldn't crank the wheel and go. He had to back it up, and because he was essentially so slow and crossed that line, yellow flag comes out, Jeremy. We're going to go back and see exactly what happened to the driver of the 45. Remember, he was loose from that damage. He does have a tailgate this time, but you can see it is still loose. Jeremy started cutting down, then hit that transition from track to apron, and that was all she wrote. And this is what I was talking about with the way that he stopped. There wasn't much room there, so he had to wait for the cars to go by. Even if he cranked the wheel and really tried to go, he was going to just mash it right into that wall. And the yellow flag did not come out until right here, because he had 2 tires cross that yellow line.
All it took. iRacing's code says if you're below the yellow, it shouldn't bring out a caution, but as soon as you have a slow vehicle on the outside on the racing surface, boom, caution. There's not much room because this field quickly gets spaced out and it's a half-mile track. So Jeff Brown jumps into the YouTube chat. Welcome back, man. I'm giving me some flack on here. He said he did a good job of not letting it slide up, which I think that was Tyler Honeycutt's wreck. I do believe he was commenting on a little bit ago, the first
Correct.
spin out. So you are correct on that as well, sir. A couple trucks on pit road, Dustin. It looks like the SDK timer says we got about 4 or 5 in right now.
Yeah, people coming in. Again, we're 50 laps into this 250 lap event, Jeremy. So we're a fifth of the way through as it sits right now. So some drivers coming down to the service of their crew right now. It was going to be Joshua Altus, Matthew Escalera, EJ Luna. They were all just on pit road to the service of their virtual crew. Still got some other drivers on there due to damage. Abram Ghost and Tyler Honeycutt, David Holsey. They're all in still. Mike Hayes still in on repairs from that heartbreaking incident that took him out of contention, because that battle between the 1 and 34 was definitely something fun to watch.
Probably the most interesting good battle that we've had. We kind of lost that moment, so we're gonna see who can take that place. Austin McGill's been doing a great job driving away from the current guys behind him.
Don
Michael
Blazer
Thorpe Jr.
was coming up, though. I mean, we can't count that out. Don Blazer was only about 2.5, 3 truck lengths behind the 99, and that's where he was staying. McGill was not really pulling away from Blazer.
Yeah, McGill knows his long run typically doesn't work, so he has to really back his truck up to get some speed into the restart zone. And green flag for the 6th time here tonight. Again, great launch, little stack up on the outside. Don Blazer does not get going. That allows Dustin Franklin to almost clear Blazer into turn 2 exit, door to door, almost makes contact. And to turn 3 here, side by side for 2nd, 3rd, and 3rd and 4th. And Austin McGill takes a nice 5 to 6 truck length advantage lead. Michael Thorpe stuck behind traffic on I-4 right now as he's kind of waiting for that moment. Don Blazer takes 2nd. Now it looks like Bradley Minor trying to get around the 72 with Gaston. Can he do something?
Yeah, he's trying, but Gaston's got that good corner entry there, the high line. Oh, contact made. Gaston turns, goes around, saves it. We stay under green. That's going to slow both Minor and Gaston down, but what a save to keep that thing going straight.
Let's see if we can get a look at this. Off of turn 2. Oh, okay. So Minor makes a little move to the inside, but he didn't come down the lane too much, Dustin. So it's kind of met in the middle. I wouldn't say it's any one particular's fault. It just right rear contact at 72. Great save to keep it going. No caution. We stay green.
Yeah, yep, and that's what it is. I mean, when you get used to and familiar with the driver's line at a certain track, when they change it up ever so slightly, that can be the byproduct. If you are expecting that driver to stay up on that wall, but let's say that time there, Brad Minor, just felt like he had to crank it down a little bit more because he thought he was coming close to that turn exit wall a little too fast. It throws the truck off on the inside. They both kind of came together. Excellent save, but we have another caution, Jeremy, under our 3rd caution of the night.
Michael Thorpe was just trying to move through the field here, as looks like caution this time is going to be turn 2. One truck involved. That's the 26. Mr. Callum Bailey again. Turn 1 and turn 2, not his favorite. Oh, with the overcorrection, no. That time he's not going to recover from that. I think that's something that's probably radiator affected, maybe some toe, even though it was squared up to the nose. I don't know. That's a hard hit.
That's a very, very hard hit. And I mean, it's very reminiscent to his earlier race incident as well. The only difference is this time was not able to save it. On the counter steer correction, front tires finally gripped. And when they grip, instant snap right there. Right back the other way.
We're going to go to a first picture-in-picture commercial break. We'll be back for the drop of the green flag for the 7th time tonight. And back, full screen, quarter lap left. We're going green flag. 99 McGill's been kind of leading this thing since took the lead from the other leader's mistakes. He's kind of gifted it, and he's been taken off. Oh, Michael Thorpe Jr., wrong gear, does not get going. Oh my, that's going to check up the inside a lot. As he gets shifted back, EJ Luna makes the pass. Minor, Blazier, and McGill all go single file. As EJ Luna's going to try to compete with the 34. That's not going to happen. Michael's just too strong on the bottom. There he goes. Pass cleared. And the mission, Dustin. Michael Thorpe Jr. to the lead, trying what he can. We know he's got the truck. He's got 3 more trucks to pass to get there.
Yeah, and that restart did not help matters at all. And you know that he's trying to reset, regroup himself. He's on the inside of Brad Miner right now, trying to make that pass for third. Makes it. You can't have even little mistakes like that. Right now he's got plenty of time. We're only working lap 66 of scheduled 250, but something like that happens with 3 laps to go. I mean, that's tough, but we know he's got the truck. He's got to catch the 11 of Don Blazier, and then got to catch the 99 of Austin McGill, as those drivers are starting to take off. But Jeremy, he's definitely on the move right now.
Dun, 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 dun. That's the sound from these guys looking at Michael Thorpe, just sneaking up on these guys. Closer and closer. As we're kind of looking through the field here, here's Mr. Dustin Franklin. Still excellent performance from the 74, holds 5th place. Momentarily going to go to the outside. What a pass. Wow. Did you see that from turn 3? I have not seen that kind of move in a while. And then he wrecks it. No! Caution. No contact other than a slap to the outside wall. Man, what a strong pass. And then an instant failure in the next corner. He'll recover, though. He'll be fine.
Yeah, excellent timing. Good run. And then just sailed it off in the next corner, Jeremy. And those rear tires just did not grip. Everything he had just gone right there. You're going to see the wall contact. Little scuff. It'll buff out, though. That's not anything. But what is something is he's all the way back to P12 now. So all the spots he was up in the top 5, he just ended up losing those again. But, Jeremy, he started back there and had worked his way up through driving and through staying out of trouble. But once before, he's got plenty of time to do it again.
Absolutely. You know who doesn't need any more time to get back to the race lead? Michael Thorpe Jr. As the 99 does come down pit road. Don Blazier just... No, he stayed out, but somehow Michael Thorpe got around him right before the caution.
Nope, Blazer's coming down.
He's coming down now. Okay. I say Michael Thorpe was scored first before the pit entry, so I was kind of weirded out by that. But nonetheless, there he is, Michael Thorpe back to the race lead for your 5th lead change of the night. There's the 1, the 64, the 46, 45. So 5 trucks on pit road on this caution cycle.
Yeah, so I mean, we've got 2 varying pit strategies going on. We've seen a couple drivers come down earlier. You know, these drivers electing to come down right now. I mean, Jeremy, we're working lap 72 right now, you know, scheduled 250. So, I mean, as it sits, you want to try to break it down into thirds. I mean, about 75 is 150, another 75. You know, you're looking at 225 with a little change. So this is one of the tracks where the drivers can work strategy. If drivers come down, it's more so for tires than what it is for fuel. So this is where as long as they can control it, they've got a lot more leeway at short tracks like this one here for strategy.
There's a lot to be had here. You got a lot of caution opportunities. You only have 3 sets of tires. You got the 1 on the truck to start the race, plus the 3 behind the wall. We've had 7 cautions. So it's just one of those games of, are you Tyler Honeycutt, and do you wait the longest as you get the rest of the stats there? Open setup, 100% fuel load. There's your tire sets. No fasties, 3 green white checkers, lucky dogs in effect, of course. But yeah, it's just, do you play the Tyler Honeycutt rule and wait the longest to use the tires, or do you just try to snipe them early and hope for a green flag run? Green flag back in the air. Thorpe Jr., where he was a while ago. P1 on the grid, P1 now on the track. 74 laps in, clears the 89. Welcome Bobby Mansell to the top 3 as he is trying to battle for second.
Yeah, and on the YouTube chats, no, Mr. Callum Bailey, our Swedish Scottish warrior, we did not catch the blow-up engine on the restart there after your front nose impact. So you're safe on that mark besides what I just stated, but people didn't have to see that. So you're safe. Oh!
I can pull that up. What lap are we talking? Oh,
whoa,
no.
Whoa!
Really minor. Oh, no. 8th caution of the night. This is going to involve quite a few trucks. What happened here? Did not catch this on the initial feed on my side. Here we go. I'm looking at the number 11, Mr. Blazer. Facing Bradley Meyer. Oh, he got loose.
Got
Corner
loose
exit, turn
on
4.
corner. Yep, corner exit. That transition that I had talked about prior, where it goes from the banking to the straight, got loose, went right down into the right rear of Brad Miner. He goes up into the 76 of David Holsey, gets a piece of it. Joshua Altus just misses it, but man, hard impact for a number of drivers on that one there. And that's probably one of the worst ones to have happen to you, Jeremy, is that blind side hit. Like, you have no idea that it is even coming. It just comes out of nowhere full speed. They're running perfectly fine. Next thing you know, whack! Oh, man, what happened?
Yep, you get the corner exit, and you're like, all right, it's a good exit, no problem. And then, yeah, just like that, all of a sudden you have damage and going to go a lap down or 2 and get some word advice from the admins here at Global Racing League to the drivers about the 8 cautions in 77 laps. So we're going to see if they can get those cleaned up. But these are not been like, Dustin, these wrecks are not just bad driving. It's just been trucks loose on cold tires. It's been, like you said, the transition banking changes. That does affect drivers. One direct wreck off of just overdriving turn 1 and getting pinched at the same time. That was the 1 in 34. That hasn't been just bad driving. It's just been accidents. It's just naturally been occurring. It's just a lot of them in a short period.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, you know, and what you're talking about, Jeremy, is it's not wrecks due to aggression. That's where, people driving too aggressive, they're bumping the guy in front of them, things like that. Like you said, out of the 8 cautions, I would pit one of them being just, super close race and leaving no margin for error. And that was the one between the one of Mike Hayes and the 34, Michael Thorpe Jr. There was just very minimal room for error on that one, and it just happened to take place. But the rest of them are, like you said, tire issues, loose issues going in. That one there, that was just loose on the transition from the track. So it's not due to over-aggression, but from an admin point of view, I can understand. They want to see some green flag laps. They want to see, some good hard racing. But when it's the track that is sitting here getting the upper hand on these drivers tonight, that's a tough thing to try to tackle.
Hey, you're basically telling your drivers, make setup changes. Lots of them to tighten these things up. But here we go. People want to go fast, not slow. We'll see how this works. Green flag out for the 9th time on lap 81. Bobby Mantle's now going to battle for the first time for the race lead. No idea what the speed of the 89 looks like, but McGill, he's got a fresher set of tires. He's quickly going to jump to second place. Don't be surprised if temporarily McGill takes the race lead.
Yeah, he is right on his Full Throttle Motorsport teammate there. And they're taking off right now. But out of the 2 drivers, McGill has got the fresher tires out of the 2. Now, Jeremy, we do know that these tires will eventually equalize out in one way, shape, or form. But at the initial start of a run on fresh stickers, like Austin McGill has, the upper hand is going to go to him. But right now, he's just running content behind his teammate. Bobby Mantle's fallen back to P3, but he is maintaining control over that line, followed by EJ Luna, Jeff Weimer, Danny White, Dustin Franklin coming back again after falling to 12th, after losing it going into the corner a couple cautions ago. Back up to 7th place. Joshua Altish, Chuck Cobb, solid top 10 run for driver of the 81. From one 81 driver to the next. Awesome to see that truck up there in the top 10. And then Jonathan Gaston. We haven't talked about him too much besides that contact and excellent save. But, Jeremy, he's been riding in the top 10 all night and solidly in the top 10.
Yeah, a couple of drivers. Bristol's one of those outliers, if you will, where different skill sets required than most others. And every time you see someone shine more than others, and we're seeing it from quick work from Dustin Franklin, who's been very consistent all year, but he's been exceptional here tonight as the race lead does change hands. Austin McGill with a great pass on the inside takes P1 back to give the 6th lead change of the night amongst 4 different drivers. There he goes, going to set sail with those 30-lap fresher set of tires over the 34. But the battle still really is going to be right in front of the top 10 area. Danny White's looking underneath the 73 here. Looking to see if he can pass Mr. Weimer. Side by side into 3 and 4. White gets a little loose. Hangs on to it and keeps the momentum going.
Yeah, good solid battle out of the driver of the 64 and 73. That's Danny White and Jeff Weimer respectively. They get that sorted out, back in line. Welcome back to the top 5, Mr. 74, Dustin Franklin. He's back in the top 5, now sets his sights on the 24 of EJ Luna, who has been hovering around that top 3 to top 5 area quite a bit. Luna now trying to sniff out the 89 of Bobby Mantle to put himself back in that top 3 scenario.
Give Dustin a fresh set of tires and watch him just rip, get to the race lead. That truck is so fast. Oh, as Weimer almost makes contact at mid-pack. There's our focus on EJ Luna. Now here's the 73. He overdrove turn 3 and almost clipped the back bumper of Danny White as they're both approaching the 94 of Altis. Single file all the way through up until Dustin Franklin's going to stay in front of EJ Luna. Altis is going to look now at the 24. The 24 has been putting himself in the front half of the field based on strategy, but I don't think he's got the speed. He continues to get past every time we put him on TV, and so it's one of those trucks that are just kind of just searching around right now.
Well, I mean, and this is the time to do it. We're only working lap 95 of 250. This is the time to search around to see where your setup runs the best, get an idea of what changes you need to make. But man, he is searching high and wide, Jeremy, as he takes it to the wall through 3 and 4.
Not good. There's not enough drivers up there. There's marbles already starting to form. You're just driving into loose stuff. Do not do that. If we had jet dryers and track sweepers, then maybe, but iRacing does not code that, so you cannot run up there at this point. That is a 2-lane racetrack for the remainder of this whole race, unless someone wants to dedicate their time up there, which I don't see that happening, Dustin. Just got a hunch about that.
Yeah, probably not going to happen right now. Single file for the most part, except for this little battle right here. Not for position, but a battle nonetheless. That is Mike Hayes. He is a number of laps down after an extensive stay on pit road to get that damage repaired. But him and the 73 of Weimer were battling. Now you're going to have the... oh, yeah, Escalera's not even for position either, but he's going to go up there and try to battle. The next position behind the 73 of Weimer is actually the 81 there on your screen of Chuck Cobb. But EJ Luna falling back, Dustin Franklin moving up, Bobby Mantle has fallen back once, and he's about to fall to the clutches of the 94, Joshua Altus, as he's knocking on the door for 4th place.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job right now. Looking to advance even further. As Altus into the wall. It's Michael Hayes in the 1. He's not for position. Kind of leading this pack now as Altus kind of falls behind. He's going to try to pass the 1. The 1's faster, but he's not for spot, so let's see if he hangs on to it or gives it up. The 43 Escalera, he's going to try to make a pass under the 73 of Weimer. That's a little scattering after that contact.
Yeah, and I mean he looked great going into the corner, Jeremy, about the apex of the corner, let it drift just a little too much, and then got wall glued up there. And Jeremy, 2 things happen when you wall glue at any track in IRSS, with the exception of Martinsville, obviously. In real life and in the sim, they fixed it in the sim, but real life, I mean, we seen that take place in real time. But 2 things happen. 1, you're going to scuff the wall. You're going to slow down because friction. I mean, again, it's physics. We prove physics every week here on Nerd TV. 2, you're going to get glued to it, and it's going to be a royal pain in the ever-living buttocks to try to pull that car or truck off the wall. And then you have to worry about if it pulls and releases off the wall, you don't want to have too much wheel into it to cut down the track. So wall gluing is probably a kryptonite for every driver when it comes to any track on the service.
I didn't realize Dustin kept it PG-13 until 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know if he said worse words, but he's going to say the word buttocks here.
Buttocks. I thought about it. You know what? It's a pain in the ass there, Jeremy. See? It's good. We have been there. You and I have both been wall glued. It sucks ass. It does. It's horrible.
It feels like you're just suctioned to it and you just can't, especially on a tight radius corner like a short track. You have to just slow down to next to nothing. It's no good. Every driver's been or has dealt with it at some point in time in their careers if you've done it for more than 1 year. It's just a thing. And I'm really liking this long run race, Dustin, right now. It's 30-ish, I think right at 30 laps since our last green flag flew. And so I think this is a great time to turn up the tunes. Listen to these trucks go on the track. We'll be right back. aim back to full screen here. Lap 133 is underway here as we've been cycling through some battles on the track. A lot of single file. Let's load up the iRacing iFlag track map as we can see exactly what Bristol looks like after 53 laps of continual green flag action. And it is just, yep, very, very Bristol-like, all over the place. High lines being a little more used up. A lot of the fast trucks continue to run the bottom. There's been quite a few side-by-side battles as the varying strategy in tires, Dustin, has kind of played shape here.
Yeah, battle heating up big time for P2 right now. Bobby Mantle looking on the inside of the 34 of Michael Thorpe Jr. This is that battle for second. Austin McGill taking off in first place, but before Bobby Mantle can even put his targets on the 99, he's got to do battle with the 34, completes the pass on corner exit there. Now moved up to P2. Now he's got to chase that truck down right there, going down the front stretch. Now off into turn 1, 99 Austin McGill.
See the speed there, 110 was the slowest part of that corner set in 1 and 2. It's a little more than, contact. Really checked up there. He's going to gain a lot of ground. Look to the inside quickly. This corner is not 180 degrees of rotation. The next corner is over 180 degrees. So you got to slow it down just a little bit more for the apex. A little side by side still going on. That could have been troublesome as he bounces off the outside wall.
Yeah, and a lot of people, I mean, for the longest time, Jeremy, I think people are starting to understand it more now than what they have before. They thought that Bristol was perfectly symmetrical. They thought turns 1 and 2 were exactly like turns 3 and 4, and they're not, Jeremy. I mean, you can even see it on the track map there. You see 1 and 2. It's a tighter radius going around 1 and 2, a much broader radius going around turns 3 and 4. So it's not perfectly symmetrical, and drivers can tell the difference on those. I mean, you have to, your speeds vary through 1 and 2 more than what they do through 3 and 4.
Yeah, it just requires more finessing, more setup input on the 3 and 4 side of things. As Mansell making some contact, almost anyways, with your race leader, Mr. McGill, who's led the most laps so far here this evening, going to cross the line to start lap 144.
Ooh.
As we're just 7 laps away from 100 laps left in this race.
Yeah, Bobby Mantle trying a different
What a
approach.
ride.
Excellent run move by the 89. Took a higher entry into the corner. Hit the apex, arced it down, straight lined it to get that run. New race leader, Bobby Mantle on the 89.
First time tonight, Mr. Bobby is going to lead some laps here on lap 145. That's your 7th different lead change amongst 5 different leaders. As he's breaking away real quick here, based on the SDK stat sheet here, Bobby Mantle's on 10 lap older tires than Austin McGill. So older tires and faster. That's what it looks like when you preserve the first half of your run.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Bobby was doing. I mean, he wasn't running super hard, was just keeping everything close. But this is what we talked about, Jeremy. These tires, old tires versus new tires, will equalize and balance out at some point in time. And we've touched base on this so often, Jeremy, that it's hard to get in the mindset to say, just hold off, don't push it. Knowing that you're faster, but forcing yourself to hold off and not to burn your stuff up super fast. And Bobby Mantle, and there's other drivers that are just as good at it as Bobby as well, but they are really good at tire preservation and being there for that long run.
Kind of watching Dustin Franklin as he just came off pit road 4 laps ago, and he was trying to drive through Austin McGill. Finally able to get him cleared, but almost took him out in the process. As he is currently sitting 12th place. Just got his lap back because he passed the 99.
No, not yet.
So it's
89's leader.
Well, that's odd. My SDK readout is showing him as on the lead lap. But, yeah, you go to He's 3 laps down because of iRacing. So my SDK is lying to me. We're just going to ignore that.
Thanks,
and we're gonna go-
technology.
Yeah, back to the UI once more, as it seems to be the dominant form of information. And we're cycling through here. Here's your race leader, of course. This green and yellow truck. Classic colors. Dustin, he is putting a whipping on these drivers. Just 3-second advantage now. Caution. We're going to erase all that. We're going to erase all that. Lap 151's your next caution. Took a while from lap 76 to 151 to see the next yellow flag.
Yeah, and it really did. And this was going to be the 73 of Jeff Weimer. Goes on the inside of the 34, and Jeremy just trying to keep that truck down there. She just breaks loose right in front of Michael Thorpe. And oh, Thorpe makes contact. That's one of your fast trucks making contact, Jeremy. Didn't look like it was too bad, but we said that about a couple of the other trucks earlier as well, and it affected them in a whole lot, a whole number of ways that we were not expecting.
Yeah, it's no good. Michael Thorpe is one of the 6 currently on the lead lap. Everybody else is 1 lap down or more. They're on pit road. We're going to take a pit stop. We'll be back before the drop of the green flag. Back full screen, half a lap left. We'll go back to green flag. This will resume on lap 159. Austin McGill, EJ Luna again, based on cautions. This guy can just pick up positions early. Let's see if he can sustain this time. Green flag out. McGill, excellent launch. Let's he gets himself 2 truck links over the 24. Danny White, they're really the top 5. Look at this, really spaced out in a hurry. That was kind of wild to see. As we're still on different set of tires based on that run. A couple early stoppers, couple late stoppers to come. And we got 90 laps left in this race, Dustin.
Yeah, 90 laps left in this race, and only a handful of trucks on the lead lap, Jeremy. That long green flag run that led into green flag pit stops has caught a number of drivers off the lead lap, so definitely something that they are going to want to try to, nobody hopes for a caution because they like the long green flag runs unless you're a lap down and you need that caution to get that lucky dog.
Yeah, I mean, you got a decent amount of chances at it, but there's a lot of drivers who need it. So you just want to be that guy that's 1 lap down up in the front, ready to go. So 2 different races happening. Look at that. Joshua Altus in the 94. Been one of the guys up at the front all night long. What's going on with Mr. Altus? He just came down pit road. It looks like, yeah, right down pit road. That's it. So, not sure what's going on there. He stays in the truck. We stay green flagged on lap 164 underway. As EJ Luna is actually keeping the pace, Dustin, pretty good right now.
Yeah, I mean, and he's that's what you got to. You got to maintain the pace. Working one lap 165 of 250 right now. You still got plenty of time. It's not a time where you really got to be pushing it. You got time to make it up, but they got a comfortable gap and lead between them and the next driver, which actually is not the 45 of Tyler Honeycutt, but rather the 22 of Abram Ghostin, is actually your third place truck. Welcome to the top three, driver of the 22, Mr. Abram Ghostin.
Yeah, Bobby Mantle, kind of a loser on that round of pit stops, right? He was the dominant leader, and then back to fifth goes the 89th. But as you saw the long run from the last stint, don't you worry. He'll be back up there. Joshua Altus does disconnect from the session, so DNF, the driver of the 94. Lap 169 now underway here. A little bounce off the wall goes the race leader. No harm, no foul to that truck. And, yeah, this is a pretty interesting battle going on right here.
Yeah, going back and taking a look at the 34, Michael Thorpe Jr., who did get some contact in that last incident that brought out the most recent caution, but Jeremy, he's finding it difficult right now. He's slotted back in traffic, and these drivers, they're racing for position. Not on the lead lap with the 34, but they are racing for position amongst themselves, so they're not going to sit here and just, kind of keel over and get out of the way, because they're racing for positions as well, and it's making it super difficult, and it's slowing the progress of drivers like Michael Thorpe Jr., Danny White, moving forward. We did have a change at third place. Bobby Mantle did catch the 22 of Abram Ghostin and take that position back over.
Caution.
As we have another caution. This is going to involve the 11 of Don Blazer.
Yep, turn one, turn two. I think turn one he starts to get loose. If not, he gets tagged. Let's see here. Single file into turn one, and assistance with the 74 of Dustin Franklin. Going to just drive a little wide on the inside. Clip the left rear of the Lemmer 11. And, two tires off the wall, maybe even four. As Dustin wants to go rewinding and see exactly how the 74 entered turn one. Just way too high up on that entrance.
And then
he got a little loose, too.
He got loose and had to chase it up the track. Unfortunately, the 11 of Don Blazer's left rear quarter panel was in the exact same space. And Jeremy, we say it all the time, we prove the laws of physics. Two things of solid mass cannot occupy the same space at the same time.
Yep. Physically not possible unless our good friend Netcode shows up, in which they can. But that is something not in the real world. Not going to see it ever, no matter how hard you try. No ghost cars. But pit stops are going to happen here. Shout out, I guess, to another one of our partners. This time, Brez Coffee Co. We have a coffee flavor, the churro, sugary sweet joystick. I almost had that backwards. Check that out. But yeah, gonna go to brezcoffeeco.com. Look up Nerd. That's all you gotta search for. And there's one of two bags, and that's one of them. So, pair that with some caramel apple creamer or some vanilla creamer, and it is very good. That's at brezcoffeeco.com.
Oh yeah, good stuff. Probably one of the biggest coffee snobs is the head nerd in charge, my lovely wife, Brandy, and that is a flavor that she absolutely loves. So definitely some good stuff. Keeps us caffeinated. And then when we get dehydrated and we need hydrated, we just drink some Victory Fuel. So it's a ever revolving door
Of energy too, right?
of energy.
We're
That's
always
right.
tired. We're up late night doing our game stuff, and we're up early morning because we have to work. So, between those two beverages, we're squared away. If we're going back to green flag this
We
time.
do a damn thing. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's right. as we're going back to green flag this time. I got to mark my lap down count there. Lap 72. Was that caution? Yeah. All right. So here's your top 5. Austin McGill, Luna, Bobby Mantle, Abram Ghostin, Mr. White. And that's your top 5. Mr. Danny White's been kind of slowly creeping up into this picture. He's up 7 spots from the green flag 176 laps ago. Let's see what he can do on this restart as we go back to green flag.
Yeah, slowly creeping up. And I mean, a number of drivers have been doing that. Danny White's one that's been doing that. Abram Ghostin, I mean, there for the first 100 laps, we really didn't call his name. And then all of a sudden, you know, he's been up there as now we're calling his name for the wrong reasons, as he got a little bit of wall glue up there on that top side, as they almost looked like they were going to go 3 wide, but thought better of it. So that's going to put Michael Thorpe Jr. in 5th, now battling the 64, Danny White. Your top 3 are still McGill, Luna, and Mantle. But McGill and Luna pulling away from Mantle a little bit as those two are trying to duke it out. Thorpe Jr. still trying to work on the 64. Danny White, Abram Ghostin rebounding from that wall glue there. He's still holding in 6th. But his next challenge isn't any of these trucks. It's that green and purple truck further back, the 81 of Chuck Cobb. That's going to be the 22 of Abram Ghostin's next competition.
Something to notate, the 74 of Dustin Franklin had to serve a pass-through penalty. Was given the black flag, probably on the restart for some sort. So Dustin Franklin will go multiple laps down. Based on my sheet here, it looks like he moved all the way to, well, he's somewhere on this list. It's right there, 74. He's 3 laps down at the moment. Back slotted in 10th place. So the night went from pretty damn good to not so much late in the going here, as he plays the recovery game. As Bob Mantle back up to P3, but Michael Thorpe also on the attack. So I think toward the end of this race, Dustin, this battle for the race lead is going to be pretty good.
Oh, absolutely. As you see your top 5 all in the same frame, almost all nose to tail. And yeah, I mean, it's a heartbreaking story with Dustin Franklin, but Jeremy, this is one of those tracks where, I mean, just any type of penalty whatsoever is going to be costly, and that's exactly why. It's a short track, don't have many opportunities. You see a pass for 4th place, 34 of Michael Thorpe Jr. overtakes a 64 Danny White for P4. Now it's going to be to the battle between the 89 and the 34 for that 3rd place. That's last position in the Nerd TV podium. But again, your top 5, Jeremy. I mean, we restarted about 10 laps ago on this one, and our top 5 are still all in the same frame, almost nose to tail.
Yeah, Mantle's able to control a little bit more over Luna, but then, Thorpe's all over the back bumper of 89 here. He slides up a little bit. 89 overcorrects. Side by side off of turn 4. Great launch off the corner for both of them. Great battle, really, for your 3rd place position, as Mantle's working that outside quite nicely. A little scuff for the wall. This is allowing the 24 to kind of break away a little bit as they continue to do battle.
Yeah, and the thing is that just like that, I did not expect the 89 of Mantle to be battling hard for that position lap after lap. After what he learned from that last long green flag run and the notes he took, I think he's looking at the longevity of things. The 34's got to work his stuff harder to get by a lot of these drivers to get up there, because he wants to get back up to the lead where he had been for a good portion on the early stages of this race. That's currently held by his Full Throttle Motorsport teammate Austin McGill, and he's going to do a lot of battling. And if this thing goes green flag running, Jeremy, we could see another repeat of how we seen Bobby Mantle perform at the tail end of that run.
I would imagine we're going to see something like that. Absolutely. So just be on the lookout if we do go green flag from here to the very end of this race, which is going to be in 69 laps, I do believe, left remaining in this event. Top 7 on the lead lap, ending with Chuck Cobb and Truck 81. Mr. Jonathan Gaston in the 72 is your first person 1 lap down, and the only person 1 lap down, so he'll be getting the lucky dog pending he's not part of the next caution if there happens to be one, Dustin.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, we've got multiple races going on. I mean, you got races for lead lap positions. You got races for lap down positions. We got the race for the lucky dog. So that's what makes Bristol great, is because there is action all over the place. And at any point in time, you could pick out a battle. May not be a lead lap battle, but I tell you what, you would not be able to tell by the way the trucks are driving. I mean, when it comes to Bristol, it's a whole new atmosphere, whole new mentality. Drivers love to win at this track. Again, to stake claim and put your name on the plaque that you have won at the Coliseum, at Thunder Valley. That is as high up as what you can get as far as some of the big races like Daytona, Talladega, Indianapolis. Races like that, Bristol ranks up there.
It sure does. As quick fact, Austin McGill, who's led the most laps here tonight and continuing to run a impressive show, he's actually getting caught up a little bit by the 24 and 34. But Austin McGill's only started 11 of the 24 races now in this season, and he's got 3 wins, tied for second most with Tyler Honeycutt, and of course Michael Thorpe Jr.'s got the 5. So Austin trying to be a lonesome driver in that second place most wins column after this thing's all said and done, but we still have 51 laps to go. It's a very hungry competition behind him.
Yeah, one of which this driver right here, 24, EJ Luna. We call his name, talk about him. We know Flow 2K3 talks about him quite often. And it's funny because now that Flow 2K3 is not in here, 24 has showed up in his performance. Maybe Flow 2K3 is EJ Luna's kryptonite, but he's hungry. We've seen this driver. He has been close a number of times. He is definitely hungry. Would love to sit here and put a tally in the win mark, in that win column. And he's putting himself in good position, staying within a truck length away from the 99 of McGill. We know the 34, Michael Thorpe Jr., we know he is always hungry. It doesn't matter if he's got 5 wins or not. He's always hungry. He always wants to add another win to that win column. Bobby Mantle, Jeremy, we talked about this one. The last broadcasted win that we seen Bobby Mantle on was back in, was it March? Or May. I think it was May. It was one of those, was the last broadcasted win, and I know you'll fact check me on that. It's been a hot minute, so we know the driver of the 89 is definitely hungry. He did win at a road course, but it was not broadcasted. We did not provide coverage on that week. But it's been a number of months since the last broadcasted victory for this driver here. And Danny Wyatt, we know that he's always looking to perform good. We talked to him in the Nerd TV podium, talking about the races coming up, and he wants to have some good runs. He talked about he wanted to string some good runs together and try to get back up there in the podium because he enjoyed it. So a lot of hungry trucks and drivers, like you said, Jeremy.
I was trying to remember, and it was March, Homestead, March 23rd.
There you go.
I think we've talked about that once before, but I forgot the date on it. So March 23rd, last broadcast win. Of course, Mid-Ohio Sports Car Park was the last one he has, but that one, no one got to watch it on YouTube, so there's that. Trying to maybe erase that here tonight. Lap 208 underway. 24 Luna, he's there. Thorpe Jr., he's there. 3-truck battle. Danny White and Bobby Mantle got some room to advance. We know 89 can do it. Can Danny White follow suit? Tyler Honeycutt, who's behind him, is not for position. He's just there logging laps here tonight. So, So there you go. We got 210 now. Oh, EJ Luna.
Oh,
no. Caution on 210. This is going to wipe out Michael Thorpe Jr. and EJ Luna. Heavy contact to both these guys.
Yeah, 2 fast trucks, heavy contact.
No.
And that EJ Luna had the run going down the front stretch. Went to put the nose, had just a bumper on the inside. The 89 was, again, following the line on corner entry that he had been following. Slight contact. Those front tires gripped, and that was all she wrote for the 24. Heavy contact for both the 24 and 34 in this one.
EJ did a fantastic job sliding through all of turn 1 without overcorrecting, and then somehow the tire just finally gripped up turn to the right side, and just you talked about blindsidedness earlier with Don Blazer's wreck off of turn 4. Michael Thorpe he went high thinking I'm definitely good, and then all of a sudden just got whacked there on the inside of his truck. There's that long slide.
I mean, in all fairness, right there, I mean, that camera angle, I mean, gave it. I mean, I would have done nothing different than Michael Thorpe Jr. would have done. I mean, going into this corner, if you look, right here's where the contact's made. I mean, and there was actually some space there too. So, I mean, it wasn't full contact. This truck is sliding. The nose is pointing down to the bottom. So Thorpe's like, I'm good. The second he goes up is when the front tires grip on the 24. Both the 24 of Luna, 34 of Thorpe Jr. had no idea that was going to happen until it was already too late. I would have done the same thing and taken the same route that Thorpe Jr. took on that one there. The turn of events that happened, and when the front tires gripped, that was all she wrote.
I agree 100%. But that's going to wipe out 2 of the fast trucks here tonight. We only have, I guess, technically 8 now on the lead lap. As Gaston gets around and gets his lap. So your top 8 that are on the lead lap is McGill, Mantle, White, Cobb, Luna, which presumably him and Thorpe Jr. are going to be out after repairs. Abram Ghostin and Gaston. So there's your names there as you're cycling through. We'll see who files where. There's a lot of mix-up on the front stretch. This looks a little confusing. iRacing's coding is having some fun right now, and it typically does at Bristol. Caution lights are out. We're going back to green flag this time. McGill's going to slide up. Still trying to figure it out. Okay, 11's still sorting it out. We're 3 wide on the back straightaway with a half left. They go 2 wide now. This truck's still filing in. Do they stall the caution? Looks like they're not. All right, we're going green flag this time. Pace car down. Chuck Cobb, race leader. Look at this.
Yeah, good to see the 81 up there. Not the restart he was looking for, though. Very slow on that restart. Can allow the 99 of Austin McGill to take the lead. And look at EJ Luna. Just involved in that incident there. Not sure exactly how much damage is there, but up there fighting for P2 as he's got the outside run going. Looks like he's going to clear the 81 on corner exit here. Takes over P2. He's back to where he was at. Chuck Cobb back to P3. Bobby Mantle, P4 right now in a good battle with the 64. Danny White, who's holding P5. Abram Ghostin is P6. And Jonathan Gaston, P7. And your last car on the lead lap. So if you were wanting to know about the 2 drivers involved in the last incident, EJ Luna, damage not as bad as the 34 as Luna's running P2. Michael Thorpe Jr. still on pit road assessing and repairing damage on that 34 machine.
Definitely no good. That's going to probably end any laps left in that 34. Now I have something to pick out, and I don't want to be that guy, but the drivers who caused cautions, they go EOL. They go into longest line penalty. The 24, EJ Luna, somehow escaped that altogether. Clearly was the one who brought out the caution, but he was able to restart the race up front. P2 holds the 24. So I wonder what the call is with the admins to not send him to the back.
You know, and that is a very good good call on that. Something that I even overlooked. We've seen a number of drivers already tonight that got pushed back. And again, we're not admins. We're just here to call the action, to sit here and have a good time with you viewers. But like you guys, you know, as commentators, we notice things from time to time. Clearly, Jeremy noticed something that I didn't. But that's what makes us a good team. But yeah, we've seen it happen already a couple times tonight, Jeremy. So I'd be curious to know the story behind that one, because we've seen drivers get thrown back to the back on a EOL penalty for bringing out a caution. So, but nonetheless, I mean, what has happened is currently happened. McGill leads, Luna second, Chuck Cobb still holding P3. Excellent run for the driver of the 81, Jeremy. We don't get a chance to call this gentleman's name very often, but you know what? It feels damn good to be able to call Chuck Cobb. Obviously, at a track that it's a driver's choice, and he likes to run this track. Runs very well. So, and it's showing right now, P3 stayed out of trouble, running clean. And Jeremy, it's put him in the podium right now.
17th to 3rd, up 14 spots. And I guess from a driver of the 81 to another driver of the 81. Yeah, I'm sure that feels good to shout out that number. But Mantle's looking like he wants that spot in a hurry, Dustin. Now, he's got a good long run truck. Does he have any short run speed? He's got a little bit as he pounded the outside wall off of turn 4 this time. A little more conservative approach off of turn 2. He's probably going to pass Chuck eventually. I just don't see him making up any ground to catch the 2 fastest trucks in front.
Yeah, with 23 laps to go, Jeremy, they're going to go fast. Here's your battle for P3. Mantle on the inside of Cobb. Danny White looking to follow suit right behind. And again, that's tough when that preferred line is on the inside. It's a choo-choo train. That's going to slot the, the 81 of Chuck Cobb back into P5. Still a solid top 5 run for Mr. Cobb. That's going to put Bobby Mantle P3, Danny White P4, but your battle up front still 99 of McGill, 24 Luna, P1, P2, 21 laps to go.
Yep, narrowing this thing down just to the last few laps at this 250 lap event for the race 24 of the overall season. Race number 3 for the playoffs. 3 of 10. DJ Luna getting closer and closer. Mansell is starting to fall off a little bit. Does not have the short run speed. It's all about the long run speed. There's 19 laps to go now. 18 and a half. I think I feel like McGill's going to get this long run speed. When he gets about 10 or 5 laps to go, he's going to pull away. Little choke up here by the 74. This isn't going to be good. They're going to try to split them here. Allows the 24 to really catch up and gets the door opened for him. This is actually going to be a big motivational boost for EJ to get up to the back of the 99.
Yeah, and that's something that we have to play factor in. So they're coming out of turn 2 right now. They're going to run into lap traffic crossing the start-finish line right now. They're going to run into that lap traffic, Jeremy, in probably about 5 laps or so. But from this point on, there's going to be times where lap traffic is going to play a factor in potentially how this race is going to end. So that's one thing that when you come to short tracks like a Bristol, Richmond, Martinsville, that is one of the skills that drivers have to have, is the ability to work lap traffic and get through it and not be held up by it. And it's a tough skill. It's not an easy skill to know. It's not an easy skill to understand or learn, but it comes with a lot of practice.
This track takes lots of practice. If you listen to even the real life Shane Van Gisbergen, he's only raced here twice, I think. And yeah, he still can't get the hang of the track. He's just a rookie out here. It's when you have that much G's turn around this track that many times. In this case, tonight's race, 250 laps. That's 500 corner sets. It's a lot of work. Oh, contact race leader with David Holsey. It's going to choke him up once more. EJ, he's got a lot of lucky lemon on his side right now as he's trying to keep up with them, and lap traffic is definitely helping his case, but McGill just a little too strong, Dustin.
Yeah, it's lap traffic is not helping the 99, but definitely helping the 24 at this point. But again, now they got a little bit of track break between them and the next lap traffic, which is just now coming out of turn 2 as they're going through 1, now coming out of 2. So there's a little more than a straightaway distance in between them and the next truck that they would have to contend with as far as lap traffic. And I mean, the 99 of McGill, he is controlling this race pace right now. He has control. We've seen drivers back it up a little bit, just keep that driver behind them just close enough, but never give them that opportunity there just to try to save those tires. Again, we won't know. 8 more laps to go. Bobby Mantle currently holding strong in P3. Danny White right there, though, about 2 truck lengths behind the 89 in striking distance. That's a position that could change hands at the blink of an eye as well, Jeremy. So it's going to be good. 7 laps to go.
And the beautiful thing is there's no lap traffic ahead. It is just going to be a straight up heads up race between the 99 and the 24. 6 to go. at the line here. EJ Luno, that time was slightly faster, within a half a truck length. He runs the same exact lap. I want to know if he can maybe go to that center groove like this and make a pass on the outside lane. Gets a good launch last time. Maybe he sticks to the outside and gets, here he goes, back to the outside. He found some grip, has to check up center corner. If he can do that and not have to check up, I think this is going to be to get to the 24s. We're coming up to 4 to go.
Yeah, we have seen that move work before. Dustin Franklin did it beautifully in a set of corners there. Outcome wasn't too good the next set of corners, but on that initial pass on that second groove, though, it was a power pass beyond belief, and it worked out beautifully. The thing is on this one here, Jeremy, is the 24 is probably only going to get one shot, two maybe if he's lucky, to try to get this done. But in 3 laps, he is going to have one shot to try to get it done. So he's going to have to time it right. And you better believe the 99 of McGill is going to be on top.
McGill moves a little bit higher that time to kind of block anything. As I think I hear a wreck. Oh, there's a caution. There is a caution with Dustin there, 1 corner away from taking the white flag. Literally 1 corner away. And they're going to restack him here as we get a caution. Lap 249. And this is going to involve Abram Ghost in here in the 22. Is Blazier for the second time having issues bouncing off the turn 4 wall this time, coming down and crossing over the 22.
Yeah, again, coming off of that turn 4, that transition, and it naturally kind of pulls the truck down a little bit. You got to stay on top of it. And this time here, again, the 22 of Abram Ghostin, left or right rear quarter panel was right there. Contact was made, and a 90-degree turn for the 22, nosing it into the wall. But Jeremy, this is going to set up an epic race finish. All these drivers now closed up. They are going to give it everything they have. What are they going to do here? 99 of McGill elects to go down. Everybody electing to go down for those fresh tires. So this is going to change stuff up. The 72, Jonathan Gaston, is going to risk it for the biscuit, Jeremy. He's staying out.
From 7th to 1st. Now, this is kind of wild. We'll see how this works. Mantle
elects to stay out.
No, that's... We're going to have to go back and look at that one because he came down pit road the lap prior. Not sure what happened there. I don't know if he's actually... I'm going to have to take it back and look at my replay because he came down pit road and serviced his tires on lap 251, a lap before everybody else did. So if he's able to stay out here in P2... He broke some kind of code. We'll have to find out because he should not be able to pit before everybody else.
Yeah, well, and we do know that the timing loops and everything else, depending on when the caution comes out and where people are located within this service, there are some issues and bugs as well. But yeah, it's tough on a situation like that. One thing is for certain, though, I can tell you right now, Jonathan Gaston, if I was in his shoes, you know what? I'd probably do the exact same damn thing. I'd risk it all for the biscuit. He's going to have some hungry trucks behind him. Restart is going to be ever vitally important. No tire spin, fast acceleration. Try to catch them sleeping, get you a little bit of a jump on there, a clean jump, because you can sit here and time it and get that clean jump, give you a little bit of gap, and then try to hold on for whatever you can. So it's going to be interesting, Jeremy. We're going to have to see how this is going to play out.
Wild restart inbound here. Here we go. Green flag is out. The 72. Can he maintain any speed? Oh, McGill's going to quickly go around here. Around the 89. There goes the 64. 89 slow to get going. Danny White's going to lose it. Oh,
no.
We stay green
we
flag.
stay green
White
flag. White
out.
flag is out. That's going to put McGill, Gaston, and Cobb. Your front 3 right now. Cobb trying to gain one more spot. Goes to the inside of the 72 of Gaston. And McGill gonna win it. Cobb second, and Gaston with the gamble call 7th place to get a top 3. Jeremy, what a finish.
Great call by Chuck Cobb. That was, my God, the call of the night. Absolutely. 89 exploits a pit road entrance flaw, I guess. Gets up to the front of the field, and then it quickly gets erased as Danny White trying everything he can on cold tires. Loses it, overcorrects. We've seen that all night. Into Bobby. Destroys both of their trucks.
Watch this from Chuck Cobb's point of view. Just watch this as he's going. This is what got him to 3rd and eventually 2nd. Whoa, and whoop, gone.
Just like that. 5th to 3rd.
And there you go.
Just like that.
Just like that. Stays in the throttle. Excellent drive by your top 3, Jeremy. Excellent drive.
Burnout's underway here. McGill gets his 4th win of the 2025 season. And this is going to be huge for his playoff push as he came out just past 20 points outside the points lead. And yes, we did see it. We know what happened. It was a grace of a hit, but a hit nonetheless. Gotta get him. You will get him. Here's the unofficial results. As I'm going to look at the iRacing UI for my stats. Austin McGill, Chuck Cobb, Jonathan Gaston. Our top 3, Abram Ghostin and EJ Luna, finished top 5. And those are your only drivers, Dustin, on the lead lap. 6th on back, 1 lap down or more. That's Bobby Mantle, Tyler Honeycutt, Danny White, Don Blazier, Dustin Franklin is your 10th place driver. The 11th on back is Bradley Miner, Marvel Spearman, David Holsey, Michael Thorpe Jr., Joshua Altus, Mr. Jeff Weimer, Michael Hayes, Matthew Escalera, Callum Bailey, and Patrick Getner. There you go. There's your top 20. We're actually your whole field, rather. I'm going to quickly pull down the 3 drivers. Dustin, give us a quick summary.
Yeah, I mean, it was Bristol. It was Bristol, baby. I mean, it's what you would expect. I mean, we expect contact. We expect fast cars. We expect good luck, bad luck, and any luck in between. That's exactly what we got. You know, we expect, varying pit strategies and some gutsy calls that pay off, get you in the podium. I mean, we've seen everything besides a flip. We didn't see a truck go upside down. That was the only thing on the bingo card that we did not get filled tonight. But overall, Jeremy, I mean, it was a Bristol race, man. I love it.
12 cautions, 6 different leaders, and 12 lead changes is your stats tonight. As we got the top 3 gathered up, it is Victory Fuel post-race show time. And a guy that we rarely get to talk to, if at all, number 72 of Jonathan Gaston. Jonathan, welcome to top 3.
Hey, it's been a while.
Yes, sir, absolutely. I knew that restart was going to be chaotic. Some calls are made. You stayed out. And, man, what a call to stay out, man. You went from, 7th to 1st, and you're able to hold on for P3. Was that just an obvious call for you?
I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have anything else to lose. I still had 2.5 minutes worth of damage. I ran that whole race with 4 minutes of damage. I was still running lap times comparable to the leaders. So, I mean, why not?
Why not, man? That's phenomenal. Good stuff there. And you're the highest running playoff driver, so that's going to be a great boost of points for you as you get to the mid-season of the postseason. So how do you think the rest of the season is going to play out for you?
Well, we're into some tracks that I really like. I love Bristol. I love some other tracks that are coming up. If I just keep my lucky rabbit's foot on me the rest of the season, who knows where I might end up.
Well, dude, awesome job. Good call at the end to stay out. Truck beaten and broken. Still able to get top 3. That was basically Bristol tonight with the 12 cautions. But floor is yours. Final thoughts.
It's Bristol, baby. Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to my wife. She's in there taking care of my kid. He's being a little rambunctious tonight. Give a shout out to all my students at Doddridge County High School. This one's for you guys. And shout out to Bourbon Hills Barbecue. I got their logo, and if you're ever in Ritchie County, West Virginia, hit them up there on Route 50 in Ellenburg. Great barbecue, great prices.
I love me some barbecue. Love me some barbecue.
Number one food, man. Absolutely. Mr. Gaston, great job tonight. Great finishing P3, and then we'll see you next week.
Sure will. Thank you guys very much.
Yeah, man.
I told you, Jeremy.
Jack.
Didn't matter if a truck was busted or not, man. He's 4 minutes of damage most of the race. Still had 2.5. Still got podium. I told you, man. We seen some busted trucks sit here and finish podium or win the race before. So
Yeah, kind of wild. But that's Bristol. Everyone's got damage of some sorts. The guy I think had the cleanest truck of the night is the guy we're gonna pull in next. Okay, this guy's funny. I moved him to the waiting room. He moved back to his team channel. So we're gonna go back to the team channel. There we are. Chop Cobb, the guy who runs away, and I bring him back in. Great job, dude. 17th to 2nd. Staying out, I think, on that call there, if I'm correct. And then you had the track clear out for you, and you moved yourself to P3. Awesome job out there.
Thank you. Yeah, it just kind of all worked out, I guess.
You're not too shabby on speed though. You moved up quite a bit. Dustin talked about you mid race on how your truck was just running good. How do you feel like your night went tonight, minus the end of it? Was the mid part of the race, was it pretty good for you overall?
It was fine. It's just my truck was junk on the long run. It was pretty fast in the beginning, but it just got super tight towards the end of the run, and I didn't really have much towards the end. So having it end on a short run kind of worked out in my favor.
And then just a fun question for you, the third one. Damage. I know a lot of trucks are just destroyed out there, slapping the wall, this and that. Your truck looks pretty damn clean, I would say, watching this replay here on the Nerd TV. How much damage do you have on that thing?
Not much. I mean, I clipped the wall a couple times, but nothing more than a 0x, so there shouldn't be much. Yeah, just a couple of scrapes. That's about it. Nothing crazy.
Well, the cleanest driver of Bristol tonight brings it home P2. Look at that. Clean truck equals good results, Dustin. When you ever thought of that?
You know what? When it comes to Bristol, I've seen it go both ways. But you know what? I love being able to have you up here with us, Chuck. I mean, you did. I mean, Bristol definitely seems like one of the tracks that is probably on your favorite track list there. So good to see you running. How you feeling about the rest of the tracks in the playoffs? I know we got some other ones coming up here. Do you have a couple other favorites or ones that you run well at coming up?
I don't even know what we got. What do we got? New Hampshire coming up. Kansas is on there, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, New Hampshire, Kansas, Charlotte, Roval, then Chicagoland, Dega, Martinsville, and Phoenix.
Chicagoland, Kansas will be fun. The other tracks, I mean, not so much fun, but not horrible. Just not the flat tracks are hit or miss for me.
You and me both. It must be an 81 thing, man, because I'm the same way. I struggle at those flat tracks at times. Give me a little bit of banking, I'm all right. But you sit here and put me on a flat track, unless there's dirt on there where I can slide it, I struggle too. But nonetheless, man, awesome run. You know, track self-cleared itself. You had P3. You ran hard, got P2 before the line. So fantastic run tonight. But floor is yours, man. Any shout-outs, any thanks you'd like to give?
Just want to thank Ricky Hudgens for putting that setup together for me, and just my team. Before we took the green, I just told them, word of the day is survival, because on tracks like this, that's pretty much what it is. You stay alive, you'll finish decent. So I got fortunate for me that some of the faster guys ran into trouble, and I was able to mosey my way on up there and just kind of hold position. So it all worked out.
Absolutely, dude. Well, fantastic job tonight. Up 15 spots, highest moving truck tonight. So good stuff there. We'll catch you next week. And have a good rest of your night.
All right, thanks, fellas. Take care.
Yes, sir. That was Chuck Cobb, driver of the 81.
Jeremy.
The name we also don't. What?
Jeremy. So you said it If you take a look at your top 4 finishers, they are literally the top 4 highest movers. Austin McGill up 7, Cobb up 15, Jonathan Gaston up 10, and Abram Ghostin up 12. All 4 of them are your highest movers.
I guess qualifying does not matter, Denny Hamlin. You can't say that anymore. These guys just proved it wrong. Here we go. For the 4th time, we're going to load up the victory lane scene. 4 wins for driver number 99. The guy who hits walls during burnouts, Austin McGill. What's going on?
Not much. How's it going up here?
Hey, we're doing good. You guys cautioned it up a lot early, and then it cleaned up quite a bit as we almost had a 100-lap stint of green flag racing. That was beautiful to see. Your truck, it didn't matter. Short run, long run. You just had speed, dude. Where'd that come from?
Honestly, I'm not really sure. I did a race earlier today, and I was quite slow. And then in practice, I realized I was using a Bristol setup from last season. So, which all the practice
right.
I did went out the window.
2025 B setups, throw them away. Next.
Well, at least you didn't have a qualifying setup in and try to run an entire race with it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
that's a good point. But yeah, the start was pretty boring. Quite a couple cautions, but I'm glad we cleaned it up a little bit at the end.
Yeah, no, we definitely did. Man, you're not in the playoffs, but you're just tracking wins, dude. You're 1 win away from tying the most of this season, which is Michael Thorpe's position right now. You and the 34 are just showing crazy amount of speed all season long. What's it gonna take from your camp to tie, if not get ahead of Michael Thorpe's 5 wins?
I'd be better than him.
Pretty
No,
easy.
I just got to stay consistent. I know he's quick. He's probably the most consistent guy in the league, at least my opinion. I always try to base what I do off of him, and clearly it must be working because I'm winning. So, I mean, he's good. He's a good guy to take pointers off. So, definitely helping.
There you go. The quote there is, or the message rather, is, do your homework, kids. It pays off in the end. As Austin McGill takes home his 4th win tonight, man. Congratulations on that. Any shout outs before we do let you go?
Not really. Just thanks to you guys. I know it's been a long season and almost over, so hopefully races have been enjoyable. Just thank all the guys that showed up tonight. I know it's Bristol. It's gonna be crazy, but racing is racing, and I love doing it.
Racing is racing. I love this place. You guys are great. The racing was fun. We enjoyed it, and appreciate you, sir. We got 7 races left in the season. Go get yourself another checker flag or 2, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. That was Austin McGill, driver of the 99, Dustin. Very calm interview for his 4th win.
Yeah, and that's the thing, Jeremy. I mean, we have interviewed him 4 times in Victory Lane, and he is always that calm. Like, this guy has got like ice in his veins. Like, nothing gets him worked up. Like, it's I still get giddy when I get a win. You know, it's just one of those things. You put so much time into it and everything else. It's great, but man, like, he's just cool, calm, collected. It's just he's just Austin, man, and I like it though. You know, it's nice to sit here and see somebody that they just get in here and just relax, and nothing gets them bent out of shape. You know, nothing gets them excited or down. They're just chill. So, but Jeremy, I mean, it was a Bristol race, man. It's excellent race. You know, cautions came early on. They cleaned it up, like you said. Almost had 100 laps, green flag running, crazy strategy calls, and just, you know, throwing in all the chips, you know, on a 2 and a 5, and hoping that everybody's gonna fold, you know, type deal. And it paid off for a couple drivers, and I love it. You know, that's why this race, this facility, this last true Coliseum will always rank as one of my top favorite short tracks.
Yeah, it's hard to ignore that. I love this place too, even though if I can't do the long run for anything, it's still a great place to run at. Kind of like Homestead. I talked about that last week. And it holds true. Progressive banking, fast corners equals sucky driving for my end, but you know, that's how what we got to do. But we're gonna see it at the flat surface of New Hampshire, I guess, next week. We're 2 nights a week now. If you didn't catch our last Wednesday broadcast, we are done on the Wednesday stuff for the time being. So Thursdays and Sundays. Sundays at 7 Eastern, and then that's it. Yeah, every Sunday, and then we have Thursdays for the Pro Sim Racing Alliance. They're on Thursdays at 9 Eastern. So stay tuned on those two. Subscribe, like our videos, this and that. And until then, stay safe. Get your nerd on. Dustin, what you got for him?
As always, it's not goodbye. It's just till next time. Stay nerdy.
Back when nothing truly mattered.